Hey everyone, Zero Jetty here with the XBLA Fans channel. I'm here to do a quick taste of Aery, a new frontier. If you've seen my other videos on the Aery games, this is essentially the same, but in space. And there seems to be more of an overarching story here, at least from the first level. Yes, normally I do play more of a game to get sort of a feel for the story or the mechanics, but I've probably done about 5, maybe 4 or 5 Aery games, and they're always the same in mechanics. You're flying around, collecting these little things, maybe having a voiceover with a disjointed story, maybe not. But anyways, like all the other Aery games, the audio is once again really weird when the game started with the music slider all the way down here and the music blasting my eardrums out. We're going to put it right about here because music is more or less the same as everything else. But let's go. So this one right here essentially was telling me about how space was the final frontier for humans. One person invented a new space drive, and they went out into space. Wasn't able to find any planets until one ship crash landed, and now we might be on that planet, which is, I feel, a step up for these sort of games. Not to be insulting, but in the past, it really hasn't had anything kind of connected really between the levels or felt cohesive. But now I am still this bird, which is weird. I believe I'm a parrot. And at least this one, I can hit A to go slightly faster. All right, let's see how many of these crystals there are. There was 39 in the last one.
The landing was very hard.
35 here. Also, same narrator, same sort of art style. Actually, the last game I played had ripped an entire level from their previous game. All right, let's go. Whee.
Some would say it was more a crash than a landing.
The previous level actually had one of these texts that was so long that I got to the next one before it finished, so it cut itself off, which was weird.
It was something close to a miracle that everyone on board actually survived it.
Is that one of the ships from? Is that one of the vehicles from Mass Effect? That kind of looks like the Mako without the turret. I think it's the Mako.
Once landed, the crew had to face reality.
Yeah, there we go.
The spaceship would fly nowhere anytime soon.
I feel that we may have skipped some time between crash landing and industrialization. There's a lot of stuff here.
While everyone inside survived, the ship itself didn't.
Hey, good. They have advertisements. I'm sorry if I sound down on this game. It's just that every single Aery game has pretty much been the same. Gameplay-wise, visuals. Like I said before, some of the games have actually just ripped previous, and like not like borrowed, but like entire levels have been ripped. So it's kind of exhausting to play the same thing over and over again.
The entire crew was trapped on this new unknown planet.
All right. To the game's benefit, they did say that there were like thousands of people on could be on a ship, but this is still a lot more than right after our crash landing. Also, I believe if your ship crash lands, it would probably be stripped pretty quick. Pick this up.
They formed little exploration teams to scout their surroundings.
See, what you're telling me is in very stark contrast to what I'm seeing, game. Again, I'm sorry if I'm being super critical of the game.
They wanted to find out more about this unknown planet, about their new home.
Actually, in the first level, I was flying in just empty space, and then all of a sudden, an entire planet popped in.
Austin Kane was a member of the first scouting team.
Mm-hmm. It's been...
He was a young man, barely more than years.
You mean 20 years?
He had never seen anything like this planet.
That's weird. Left out entire number. I wonder if this is an actual voice actor or a text-to-speech thing, and it did not understand how to do numbers. Also, how did they... Never mind.
Actually, he had never seen any other planet. At least not from this close.
I was curious, like, Did that not get checked before it was released? We're like, nah, we don't need the 20. It's fine.
He was born and raised on a spaceship.
Ah, spacer. But yeah, this is the entire game, and this has been every other Aery game and Life of Fly game. And there are other sort of platforming games, just no birds.
Leave the only home he knew and loved. But now, it was time.
Also, some of these feel like they could be longer, and you could cut down on the number of gems here. This just kind of feels like padding.
It was his first time to use the exit doors.
Exit. I don't mean to make fun. I've just never heard it pronounced like that. It's exit, right?
His first time to venture into an unknown area.
It has to be a person, right? I don't know. It's weird. I can't tell.
His heart was beating like crazy as the door opened.
Where are we going? Oh, more big buildings.
Friends told him how lucky he was that he was one of the first to visit their new planet. At this moment, as the door opened and the bright light blinded his eyes, he
Was all this stuff already here, maybe?
He was scared. Nothing else.
Speed up. I'm not sure if this is faster. It almost feels like the camera just gets pulled back to make it seem faster.
How to handle the situation. He didn't know how to react.
Mm-hmm. We understand. Spin. Also, this is very much the exact same bird model that you use in every single that they use in every single other game that you fly as.
He wanted to turn around and run away.
Are you going to tell us about all the structures, maybe? For those curious, each level is 100 gamer score.
Hide himself inside the safe and well-known corridors of his home.
I guess I could be flying around and looking at stuff, but it all kind of looks very spacey. Oh, there's that vehicle again.
But what would his friends say?
Ding,
His
ding.
family.
Guessing his friends and family would be kind of understanding if you're on a giant new world with massive bones on it.
How could he? The one who was chosen to have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Just run away from it.
The one who was... So wait, is it a group or a person? I don't know.
In his mind, he could already see the sad and disappointed faces of his family and friends.
It is confusing because is this... No, it can't be wreckage because everything's like standing... Like, there's very clearly established buildings, so are we just getting off the ship? Is it been here a while?
His father looked away, ashamed of his son.
I'm confused on this narrative. We'll finish out this level, but I honestly may not do any more of these Aery games. If you want to see what they are, you can check out any of these videos. They've all been pretty much the same. It's an interesting thing to kind of fly around these worlds and stuff like that, but after this many games, it just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe you enjoy this sort of thing, but I feel that maybe at some point there's just...
He needed to
It's a bit much. Also, these levels are almost painfully long. In the other games as well,
He needed to step out of this door into the bright light. For his sake. For his family. For everyone on the spaceship.
All right, so there was inflection there, so it is a person. Unless it's a really good robot text-to-speech and we're all going to be taken over by Skynet. But anyway, serious note, it's all takes place through these texts. There's like no real moving stuff except for like you. Like, it's kind of sad because the first one had these really, like the very first Aery game had these weird, like crazy worlds where like abstract things like floating dog bubbles and crazy dog statues and stuff like that were having like upside down, I think upside down are just giant pyramids. And then it just kind of did the same thing. And then they did the same thing again. And then again. And then again. What we got here? Nothing? Cool. We'll go take a peek at the next world, see how many crystals it is. Come on. This is how every single level starts. You kind of have to wait. Which is weird because the previous one, that wait time was like a third of that.
The first exploration was short.
There are 40 here. I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA Fans channel. Have a nice day.